Welcome to the Traveling Golfer. I am not a scratch golfer, I promise you that. My name is Mike, and there is a scratch golfer. His name is the Traveling Golfer, known to me and friends as Claudio DiMarchi. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mike. I'm maybe not a scratch golfer, but I do hit the ball and scratch sometimes. Say, what the hell was that?
I was going to say, I've seen you scratching your head out there, wondering where your ball is. But
exactly.
More me than you on that front. Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, we hope you enjoy. If you've been with us a few times, go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube or wherever you're listening to the podcast. And if you are on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And the notification button, Claudio, is very important. You know why? Every time we post a new show, it'll just show up in your feed. And a new destination for golf will arrive into your YouTube channel.
That's right.
Yeah. By the way, where can people reach out to you and find out more about some of the outstanding places you've been? And in fact, even visit the wine cellar, which we will do later on in the show.
The wine cellar is the most important place to visit, but you can find everything on travelinggolfer.net. And there's a great collection of stories, a link to our YouTube channel that you mentioned with all the videos and even our podcasts. And yes, anything we talk about in wine is in the wine and spirits section.
Not for nothing, but you're never late. If anything, you're early. I think your motto is, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, forget about it.
You have a good memory.
What is the deal today? You showed up late.
Well, I had to take care of a bird.
What do you mean?
Well, my neighbors rescued a bird that was about a week old, and now it's maybe 2 months old, and they went on holidays. So we've been...
Wait a minute. They rescued a bird from the outdoors?
Yes,
and they
starling.
A starling.
Starry, we call it.
They've made a pet of a wild bird?
Yes.
And so what did you have to do? Explain this.
Well, she didn't come home the other night. So last night when we found her, this is a co-op project of babysitting this bird with my neighbor. Oh. So last night it was very needy. It did not want to, leave us. And so finally we got it into the cage. But this morning when I went to let it out, I took my newspaper and coffee thinking that this bird's not going to be in a hurry to, leave my side. And it wasn't. It sat on my shoulder and on my lap and did its grooming. And then finally it went out. But
okay, so what you're saying is there's a wild bird that you're taking care of at your neighbor's house, and you're late because you had a breakfast with the bird.
I had breakfast, and then when I got rid of the bird and I went home, the squirrel, who usually gets his peanuts at 6:30 in the morning, was pissed because he didn't have his peanuts yet.
Okay, Grizzly Adams, let's focus on golf. There's something wrong with you. You live in a nature reserve or something like that.
Something like that.
Well, that is wonderful. It's a nice relationship to have with a wild bird.
Absolutely. They don't talk back.
I swear, people, every time we do a show, I find out something new about Claudio that makes me say, what? Anyway, please stay with us and you'll have that same experience. Where are we going today?
We're going south. I got the itch to travel. Actually,
yeah.
Well, we want to go south and we can't really do it. But the next best thing is that we talk to somebody from Ocean City, Maryland, which is just one awesome golf destination.
Yeah. And by the way, people are planning already their golf trips. I'm hearing it from several people that they're looking to the fall as soon as people are anticipating an open border, in time to go escape Canada. That's where we are. And get golfing south. So better to make your plans with us and find out a little bit right here.
You're not going to believe this, but our guest, none other than Walter Brooks, the COO of Ocean City Golf Getaways, he might be, soon as the borders open, be coming up north to play golf with me.
Hey, that's a pretty good start to the travel.
Yeah.
Walter, thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys, it's a pleasure. Hey, big fan of the show. And Mike, it's a pleasure. Claudio, it's always a pleasure seeing you. And the bird story, not surprised. I mean, Canadian hospitality is, it's always extended, not surprised.
The only shock to me is that it wasn't a beaver. If he said to me, I'm taking care of my neighbor's beaver, well, that's a common thing up here,
That could...
Right.
Never mind.
No, Claudio. We're still in the nature realm.
I do have a beaver story, but it was fishing.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Okay, another day.
Let's go back to Ocean City.
Thank goodness. Ocean City Golf. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do And let's paint a picture, if we can, guys, of some of the outstanding golf that's available in that area.
Yeah, guys. Ocean City is referred to. It's a mini Myrtle Beach. We have 17 championship courses, 10 miles of beach, a world famous boardwalk, year-round activities, and we are less than a half day's drive from the Northeast.
Is that right? I never think of that.
Oh, yeah. It's like if you're thinking of going to Myrtle Beach, you cut your drive in half and you're in Ocean City. And, everything that Walter has talked about is there. I've been there a couple of times and can't wait to go back. Some of the nicest people in the world I've met. And not only in Ocean City, Walter drags them around with him to golf shows all over Canada and the U.S., and we have spent many an evening, afternoon, day, weekend, and whatever, eating, drinking, and being merry.
Well, it seems to come hand in hand with hanging out with the traveling golfer. I never think about how close this is. And, of course, what a great destination that makes us right out of the gate, especially for people in our area. In if you're trying to cross the border to do some golf right away and just make a short trip of it, this is an amazing option just on proximity.
Yes, I've done it in 11 hours twice coming home. Usually in the other direction, I've got multiple stops. So, but one of the things, Walter, all the things you touched on, and then there's the foodie side of me that says there's a little seafood down there.
Mm-hmm.
There's some great options for food. Excellent dining. We have exciting nightlife. I mean, it's endless. Being here at the beach, it's endless.
And I've seen some of that midsummer afternoon, evening activities, quite spectacular, being right by the ocean. And we were in a bay and at a bar, and I can't remember where it was. It was just last year, but my memory's just not what it used to be.
Well,
and we drank too much.
I was going to say maybe it was the activities of the afternoon. Let's talk about some of the golf courses in the area. Now, to start with, OC Golf, I can say it, Ocean City. I'm a professional broadcaster, damn it.
I can tell.
Ocean City Golf, I would imagine it is sort of a one-stop shop to get yourself set up for a golf experience in that area. Is that right?
Yeah, Mike, that's correct. It's oceancitygolf.com. It's the golf association for the destination. We partner with all the golf courses as well as several packagers that actually fulfill the stay and play packages.
So if people want to find out more about the courses we're going to highlight today, www.oceancitygolf.com.
And there just happens to be a few stories on Ocean City in Traveling Golfer.
All right, so check out travelinggolfer.net for that.
Written by me, but mostly by Post Media. Tim Baines.
All right.
Big Dog.
Nice.
Plays with Walter and I on occasion.
Very cool. Let's talk about some of the courses. What do we have there? What's in the neighborhood, guys?
Well, guys, we have courses that rank in the top 100 in the U.S. on both the national list, Golf Digest as well as Golf Magazine. One of our scenic golf courses here is Lighthouse Sound, which Claudio, I believe Claudio's played a bunch of them here, Lighthouse being one of them. It's an Arthur Hills design. We have their sister course, Rum Point, is a PB Dye design, another golf course right on the water. Some other courses, like I said, it's all championship golf here in the destination. We have a Jack Nicklaus Signature, Bayside Resort.
And that's just that's just a little north in Delaware.
Yeah. Ocean City neighbors right on the line with Southern Delaware. So the association courses are everything's within 25, 30 minutes of the island. Ocean City is a 10-mile barrier island, and everything is within that 25, 30-minute radius of the island.
That's pretty incredible, actually.
Yeah.
Because that does make a destination of it right there. You're kind of not too far from anywhere you want to golf. And then, of course, I would imagine that the restaurants, destination, hotels, and resorts are all kind of packed into that same sort of area.
Oh, it's so easy to get around to so many places, and actually there's one area in the harbor there where you can just basically park in one spot and you can walk to 2 or 3 different places. But
that's
when
handy.
you're going up to Delaware, you want to take advantage of the outlet mall up there, and the fact that there's no taxes, I believe, Walter. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Tax-free shopping in the state of Delaware.
I didn't know that.
It's worth the drive just a little. And that golf course is absolutely spectacular. It's, for somebody who takes pictures at golf courses, some of the best I've ever taken were right there. It's just a great setting.
So if you put a trip together, what is it, like sort of a 3 or 4 course over 3 or 4 days? You could by the proximity, it sounds like you could do 2 courses in a day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you would customize. The stay-in place could be customized. That's endless, the options. If you want to double up, play 18 holes a day, 36 holes a day. Like I said, everything is close proximity, from lodging to the golf courses to nightlife and restaurants. I mean, the options are endless.
Let's. Do you guys mind if we talk a little bit of food as we get close to the lunch hour in making the podcast today? For some reason, my mind is traveling from the golf course to the restaurant realm. So you say seafood, but any recommendations in the area if people are planning?
I'm going to leave that up to Walter, but whatever it is, I want Old Bay on it.
Yeah, Claudio's had that a few times. Yeah, restaurants. I mean, we partner with a lot of the restaurants in the area as well. I mean, seafoods. We have anywhere from they all serving seafood, fresh seafood. It is from sports pubs to some finer dining on the water, to something a little more casual as well. But again, there are so many options here. And
Sunset Grill comes to mind.
I'm sorry?
Is it Sunset Grill that we've been to a few times?
Sunset Grill, yeah, MR Ducks we've been to, Secrets we've been to, the Green Turtle, which is another famous sports pub to take in some action. I think, Claudio, we saw some hockey and some football games there when you were in town with the big dog.
We did. And one of the things that I made a note of, before we get back, we should cover up a few more of the golf courses.
Sorry, yeah, I got hungry. Guys, I'm glad we did that, though. Thank you. Now I'm more hungry.
The packages that you get when you go to Ocean City, there's more to it than just golf.
What do you mean?
There's always extra stuff.
Oh.
Like coupons for drinks here and there, or appetizers there. And are you still giving away clubs and things like that?
Yeah, there's promos. We've really
added value.
A lot of added value. We have there's new stay-in-place specials, and there is new group leader incentives. We like to take care of the group leaders. We know how hard it is keeping groups intact. It's hard to get a foursome together to be on the same page, let alone larger groups. But group leader incentives, clubs, all of our packagers extend hospitality, and they usually includes happy hour. For an hour after the rounds, our packagers will host a happy hour for food and drink for the golfers that are in town that week.
That sounds fun. You know, it's good. Somebody has to organize all of this, whether you're already part of a group that does this, or an organization in your community where you're on the committee to do it. It is work to put together a nice experience for people. Even if you have OC Golf, for example, making the options available, you have to organize everybody. So to actually take care of those people is a really smart idea.
Absolutely. And I'm going to become an official consultant to Ocean City Golf Getaway. Walter doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to buy him a beer or something and see if I can swing that.
Swing that, he said, on the golf show.
But there was one attraction before we get to the golf courses, and it kind of fits in. You're going to love this.
What is it?
Well, they have an island, Assateague
Island.
Assateague Island has wild ponies. That animal lover in me is coming back out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's quite a special place, and just seeing these animals that are living out there all by themselves, and they take care of themselves. That's quite special.
Yeah, I would say so. To see natural wildlife, especially ponies. We're so used to domesticized and bred horses in our life. That's quite an experience to have.
And ponies are part of golf history in Ocean City, Maryland. Are they not, Walter?
That is correct. I mean, what he's talking about, Assateague Island is a state park, a very, very popular attraction. that as of right now, it's busy. I mean, we're in full season summer tourism right now, and that is, like I said, a popular attraction. People taking their families on the island, which is a beach right on the Atlantic Ocean as well. Feed the horses and actually watch the horses.
That sounds nice.
It's relaxing. It's relaxing
and take photos and videos and post them just like all Instagrammers do.
That is a good gram. If you're posting wild horses, wild ponies on the gram, you're one of the better posters that day. I promise you.
Exactly. And back to the horses and the history in the area. Probably, I shouldn't. I don't want to anybody take this the wrong way, but two of my favorite golf courses had the history of horse racing within the property. Walter, take it away.
That is correct. Glen Riddle Golf Club, which is the sister courses to Lighthouse Sound, which I mentioned earlier, in Rum Point, which I touched on earlier, War Admiral and Man of War. Two famous golf courses that have won. One's a Triple Crown winner, and the other one of the three legs of horse racing championship. Impressive.
Indeed.
And actually, the golf course, it actually even gets better. I mean, the golf course, the clubhouse. Now, the golf course, one course is done by Jim Furyk, current PGA Tour player, who's famous. He's well known.
That would be the War Admiral course, I believe.
Yeah, that is correct. He's from the Eastern Pennsylvania area. He was the course consultant on that, and the clubhouse actually sits on the old stable, the stable from the horse farm, and which was obviously redone, which is historic, as well as there is a Roots Chris steakhouse that's inside the clubhouse,
and that's where the food tie-in comes in.
Yeah, I've never heard of a Roots Chris at a golf course before.
It's quite
special.
It's unique.
Yeah, that is very
impressive. It's unique.
The clubhouse, you could even look at it as a museum for these two spectacular animals. They're amazing.
Man of War, probably one of the most famous horses in thoroughbred racing in history. And that you can touch on that sport alongside this one. That's kind of a nice link.
You got that right. It was quite special to be there to see the memorial that's out at the front in front of the clubhouse, and just what they've done to restore it is beautiful. But in the Man of War course, and I can't remember what hole it is, but the old practice racetrack is still there, and it's a big bunker.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, and the starting gate. Yeah,
it's on the front of Man of War. It's on 6 and 7. And it borders actually 6, 7, and 8 on that leg of the routing of Man of War. But the old starting gates are
what they would do is they'd train these horses how to get out of the gate. The number one thing to win a race is to get out of that gate clean. And so they would, in the training process, put these horses in I guess it's a smaller set of gates that you would find or is it a full set of gates?
Well, it's probably half of the regulation size.
Yeah,
what's left of it, but there's several spots in that gate, to say the least. It's like I said, it's impressive, the history with horses in the area, let alone on that property.
That's remarkable. Yeah. What a really unique feature.
And the animal itself, it's the only animal, I think, that was named Athlete of the Year, same time as Babe Ruth that year.
Yeah, it was such a remarkable story. And by the way, Man of War there's a couple of movies made about it that you can watch. It is an actual triumph of a story to start with. So this is just really so unique, guys.
And that's where the whole Seabiscuit thing came from, because Seabiscuit had the big race. I think it was 1938.
Yep.
So
I won money on that race.
Did you? You had hair that back then.
I did. I had a full head of hair.
I thought I wasn't going to mention hair.
I
this
kept it
time.
under a fedora. It's okay. It's tough not to when my head is shining at you like that across the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to some any other courses you think we should cover off on, guys, that would highlight people's tour?
Oh, you know what? As Walter said, this championship golf, Eagles Landing, is another one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's Dr. Michael Herzen design. That's owned by the town of Ocean City. That's scenic as well. Several of the holes are right on the marsh and bay. You have the views and vistas and that. That's as well as pretty impressive. And then we have some other courses. Robert Trent Jones, Ocean Pines. It's a Robert Trent Jones senior signature. One of the original courses here, which again the routing, an amazing layout. And then, as well as Claudio touched on with the outlets, name brand outlets in southern Delaware, we have another popular golf course besides Bayside, which I mentioned earlier, the Jack Nicklaus signature. Their sister course, Bear Trap Dunes, was designed by Rick Jacobson, who was a Nicklaus associate early on, and as well as Baywood Greens. I know Claudio, that was the course he mentioned there was implied to earlier. Baywood Greens is an amazing golf course that's in Rehoboth area, which is about 30 minutes outside Ocean City.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful place to visit. Not even just to golf, but golf, of course, being the highlight of your trip. It sounds like there's a lot to do there as well. Listen, guys, where can people find out more? If they're making a plan right now, I know travel's a little difficult over the border, but as I said earlier, I know several people that are starting to make their plans for golf now, making shorter trips across the border. If you're in Canada, there are points in the on the East Coast that this just makes great sense for you to make plans to do. I know our East Coast listeners, really this would be a perfect way for you to get across the border and start things up again. Where would people find out more?
Yeah, you said we're an easy drive from the Northeast and Eastern Canada. These border restrictions are going to be lifted here soon, hopefully. But if you go to oceancitygolf.com, that's oceancitygolf.com, or you could call 1-800-4OC-GOLF and find all your information for planning your next trip to the area.
Now, Walter, thanks for the overview and for giving us a nice introduction to Ocean City Golf.
Hey, guys, a pleasure. Mike, nice meeting you. Claudio, always a pleasure.
Likewise, say hi to Anna and Nancy for me when you see them.
Will do.
All
Pass
right.
it on.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Ocean City Golf. Wow, man, it's so funny. Ocean City is a destination that's been on my list for a long time, not just for golf, but the foodie in me wants to go there desperately. And it just sounds like so picturesque and natural and wonderful.
The sunsets are gorgeous. I have to tell you that. The sunrises are just as gorgeous, obviously from the other side.
Yeah.
But
And you've seen them both, I'm sure.
I have seen them both,
Well, I saw the sunset and the sunrise before I went to bed that day, said Claudio. Let's head to the wine cellar, shall we?
Let's.
What are we talking about today?
Well, first off,
Don't give me some $100 bottle of wine. I haven't got the money on me.
I'm going real cheap on this one
What do you got?
because, well, I actually didn't buy it myself, but somebody came to a dinner party. Maybe shouldn't invite them again. Left this bottle we never got to, a Behringer
Yeah. Oh, Behringer, yeah.
Chardonnay, and I looked it up. It's $11.25 or something like that, Canadian.
Very popular wine.
It was fantastic.
Well, it has that
So-
reputation, actually.
Yeah, Behringer Chardonnay, Main and Vine.
Yeah.
It was called. It was like I'm gonna actually buy like half a dozen because I could drink that anytime I'm gonna have white. I could drink that every day.
Here's my prediction on this wine. They had a bumper year of this amazing grape that made so much wine available of that Chardonnay variety that I've seen it everywhere. And it's widely popular. Restaurants are serving it. I'm seeing it at friends' places and on the table on patios. It is obviously a good wine that people are enjoying. I don't know that the price is not indicative of how much they had.
It could be a $20 bottle and nobody would complain.
Right.
But it should be even the presentation of the bottle itself, the label, the cork has an engraving on it as well. So they've gone the extra mile on an $11 bottle of wine. That's pretty impressive.
And winemakers will tell you that making a great wine that doesn't sell doesn't do anybody any good anyway, because so if it's been marketed properly and bottled up properly and looks nice and comes in at the right price point, it's good for everybody, because driving good quality wine sales can bring the price down.
Yeah. And Beringer is a great name in wine.
Indeed. Anything else we should touch on?
Winemakers.
Yeah.
Last time around, or one time, we talked about the Three Thieves. So I was just a little bit intrigued by them, and went and did a little research into the three of them. One of them is Joel Gott, who I know has his own winery. I didn't realize the other two did. And of the Three Thieves, Joel is the master. Mm-hmm. And then we have a couple of other guys. One guy's name is Charles Billier, and he's the hustler. I guess he's the guy who sells everything and makes things happen. The other one, Roger Skomenga. He's the dreamer. Maybe he came up with the whole thing. Ooh. Anyways, I think that anybody who's looking to get some good wine, not going to cost them a lot. Most of what I've seen in Canadian is $16, $17. Excellent quality.
Well, here's how I see it. Claudio just saved each of you about $9. So if you send half of that $9, that's $4.50 to the Traveling Golfer, we would appreciate that, and you'd still be ahead of the game.
He can buy more wine.
Yeah, there you go.
Nonetheless, these guys are all in the wine business. So
they're separately in the wine business, and then they came together.
Then they came together. Yeah, it's quite a neat story. If you go onto the website, you can read about it. And
what are their individual wines like?
Well, it's funny that you ask. I just happened to be in the liquor store and saw some Joel Gott wine, and so it's a little pricier than the Three Thieves. Well worth it. It's just, that little notch above. Mm-hmm. I tried the Chardonnay, the Zinfandel, and the 815 Cabernet Sauvignon.
What are they going for a bottle, roughly?
Yeah, they're all in the $20 to $25 range. Yeah. All very solid, in their categories, respective categories. They pretty much touch all the bases. So you won't go wrong with these guys. Their wine is a steal. You knew I was going to use that.
I really did a little prayer just before you said it that you weren't going to. You know what I do pray for? That we do this again in a couple of weeks. Thanks for joining us for the Traveling Golfer. Visit travelinggolfer.net. Thank you. We'll catch you next time, Claudio.
You betcha.